Hey folks, this is Jake Davis, and today I'm bringing my third in 7 videos covering my favorite films of the year 2024. So this will be my top 5 picks for the best director of the year, so let's get right into it. Number 5, I say Wes Ball for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This is the 10th film in the series. After the death of Caesar and war, kind of really felt like there wasn't a need for another one, but can't lie, I got excited when they started showing trailers. Whole premise of this is 300 years after Caesar's death, a vicious warlord calling himself Proximus Caesar is rounding up tribes of apes from all over the state, all over the area of California, and basically enslaving them to his to serve his needs. The photography, the style, the visual effects, there's amazing camera work. I love the action scenes. The scene in the burning hut, the flooding scene was phenomenal. I have to have a chase scene on horseback. The great shot in it of the masked apes on horseback with torches, just so clearly imagery from like Birth of the Nations, just chilling. It's a great shot. Wes Ball, and that goes for all 5 of my nominees. So these are all guys who have just absolutely stepped up their game with their most recent films. All guys who have really good movies under their belts already too, but they're definitely on another level now, especially this year. Number 4, I'd say John Krasinski for If. Krasinski's very likable person, very likable star on The Office. Everybody liked the Quiet Place movies. I thought they were overrated, but this film, If, the story of a just basically a retirement home for imaginary friends. It's just such a sweet, touching, human movie. Knows when to make you laugh. Movie knows when to make you cry. Movie knows when to make you cheer. It is a wonderful, delightful film, and I would say the single best live-action, non-superhero family film of the 21st century, at least since the first Harry Potter. 2 seconds. Number 3, I would say Sean Baker for Anora. This is, of course, the story of a New York stripper and a Russian drug dealer, of a whirlwind romance until reality comes crushing down on them and fucking hard. Of the 5 guys I got nominated, Baker is definitely the one getting nominated for an Oscar. This is one of the most celebrated and talked about movies of the year, and for good reason. Baker's previous films I saw were all... He has his style. He's very much a guerrilla filmmaker. His first film was shot entirely on iPhones illegally. But, I mean, he has a style. They're dark humor, people who live sets-related lives. I mean, like, all 4 of his films, main characters are sex workers, one way or another. Don't start that. Ugh, hold on. Damn dog is disgusting. Anyhow, what I really enjoy about Baker's style is that you really don't know where his stories are going. And he makes a point of presenting these characters that in traditional or even most other kind of films, you wouldn't expect a stripper or a prostitute or a porn star to be a sympathetic or even heroic character. But he's not afraid to take us to worlds that are unsavory and show us people that are not likable and make you care about them. It's excellent work. Excellent, beautiful film here. It's a good goddamn movie. My number 2. Let's switch my number 2. No. Number 2, I'm going with Robert Eggers for Nosferatu. This man loves... His films are about 2 things: unbridled violence and unflinching authenticity. This is, for my money, the best vampire movie ever made. It is... Yes, it is a faithful remake of F.W. Murnau's 1922 film Nosferatu. But, god damn it, one distraction after the other here. 2 seconds. Oh, these kids ain't gonna let me finish in peace, so just gonna power through. Nosferatu is terrific. Of course, the first half of the story is far more faithful to Bram Stoker's Dracula, and in the second act we get more into the stuff Murnau led into, like the plague and the sacrifice, and that great ending, iconic ending. Number one, my winner for the best director of the year is Jason Reitman for Saturday Night. This is, of course, the tight, crisp, high energy final 90 minutes before they go live for the very first episode of Saturday Night Live. There's tensions and doubts and just all this wonderful stuff. So many characters, so much energy bouncing around, constantly, going back, showing the clock, then time. Time is a villain. The villain is Deadline. It's such an interesting kind of thing. And it's, I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. And nearly, that great, almost 8-minute opening shot, or the illusion of an unbroken 8-minute shot. Just such an entertaining, fast-paced, exhilarating film. And that's before you even get into all the nuance and all the care and all the focus. This is a celebration of a bygone era of television, comedy, even America. And even though we never leave this little area, small little area of this movie, you really get this entire vibe of what a country and a culture and what a media was at that time. And it's wonderful kind of step back into this, how things were like 50 years ago. It's so cool. So well made, and there's all the phenomenal performances, the great script, that sharp editing, that pulsating score by Jon Batiste. Jason Reitman put together a fucking hypnotic and hyperventilating masterpiece of this movie, and it's a comedy. It's funny as hell. I can't. It's the one that's hard to beat this year, at least for me. I've seen the film 7 times. No, I've seen the film 8 times, and I look forward to watching it again. My honorable mentions. I think J.T. Mulner's Strange Darling was absolutely terrific. One Night Stand does not go well. Edward Berger's Conclave. Sequestered cardinals have to decide on the new pope, and the agendas and ambitions quickly come to the surface. Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2, just yet another immersive step into the world of Baracus. And by the way, this is what we want with big movies. We want big worlds that we can step in and feel like something that's not on this earth. Awesome stuff. Coralie Farget fucking hit the ground running with The Substance. Her nightmarish and surreal modern LA Hollywood take on Jekyll and Hyde. Great work. Sean Levy for Deadpool and Wolverine, pretty much just for making the only billion-dollar superhero movie in the last 3 years. It's interesting, the only 2 movies that they've made that were legitimate hits, like runaway hits, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, made money with good legs. But No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine were the only movies that weren't connected to the rest of their agenda bullshit, and they made money. You'd think there might be a connection here. Grab a blanket. Pain in the butt. Oz Perkins let everybody know what the hell he was after the long legs. Anna Kendrick just showed a ridiculous amount of talent and skill and patience and focus on her film Woman of the Hour. And even though neither of these guys really had a chance of hell of getting a nomination from me, I gotta point out John M. Chu for Wicked and Lee Isaac Chung for Twisters. Neither of those movies had any right to be as good or successful as they ended up being, and both those guys need to be applauded for the success. Well, I got through that eventually, despite dogs and kids. 3 of these down. Tomorrow I'm going to take a break from the top 5 and just do a speed run through all my other nominees and winners. I'm gonna need a Mountain Dew for that one. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.